Welcome to the True North, folks. This is a Corvette in the winter. What's up, everybody? I'm Morgan Crosbie. Welcome to Cars and Crosby and this winter wonderland driving fun extravaganza that I have for you today. I crawled out of my igloo this morning and I thought, you know what? Guess what? This is a time that I'm going to show you what this C8 Corvette's made of. I had so much fun with it over the summer. We did driving events. I drag raced and beat a Dodge Demon. I had my honeymoon. I took it all the way up through Quebec. Those are all fine and dandy. I had a great time doing it, but driving this thing in the snow, this has been just absolutely incredible. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd be checking off some things on my automotive bucket list that I did today. We've got about 2.5 inches of snow right now, a decent amount. We would call this a light dusting up here in Canada, but it's enough to be able to show you what this thing's made of. I've got the Michelin Alpine tires that are on here. This is the winter spec that you can get for your Corvette, and I cannot believe how capable this thing is in the snow. You can see the tread pattern actually here from the tires, and we've got a bunch of different conditions that we're going to go through today. We've got some areas like this where it's exposed. You got some salt and sand that are on there. We've got some times that we're going to be in snow all over the road, and then we've got some times where we've got a nice big hill like this right here that we're going to go down. There are turns in it. There's undulations, there's uneven surfaces, it's icy, it's snowy. This is the granddaddy of getting your badge of honor with a sports car in the winter environment, and this thing killed it. I cannot explain to you how fun it is to be able to have a car that is so dynamic. It can take on anything. It's an all-season vehicle. It's built for Canadian winters, and I am so proud to say that I own one. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Stay tuned. We've got a great one for you. Okay, so we are out on the open road. I have it in weather mode. We are gonna show you a bunch of different conditions now with my Corvette. First things first, let's just drive on some roads that you would see on a normal circumstance if they have done what they do best in our area, which is plowing, salting, and making sure that everything is all done. Right now the temperature is -1, so it is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. It is freezing conditions. It's been a lot colder all evening and all morning, so as of right now, I can guarantee you that there really hasn't been a situation for the snow to have been melting. We're in regular driving conditions, no issues to report in any way. A little bit of standing water on the side there, and that kind of brings upon the first lesson that I want to give you guys, and that's going over bridges and streams and stuff like that when it's winter out. I'm not really sure the exact science behind this, but when you are in a winter environment and you go over a stream or a bridge, because I think that there's air and a lot more elements that are exposed to the underside of the road conditions are almost always a lot colder on the road surface, and that has a lot more likelihood to be able to develop some ice. So you always want to take extra caution, even if the rest of the roads are in favorable conditions, that there could be ice on there, as it happens to be in a lot of times where the roads on the bridges will have a lot of ice on them. So this is our second type of road that we're going to be dealing with, and this is where you have exposed areas where your tires can connect, and you're going to see this more often than not on a busier road such as this. And these are really fine and dandy. They're not bad to deal with. The only problem that comes from them is when there's a situation where the exposed part goes into the oncoming lane. That's obviously going to be an issue when you have a vehicle coming in front of you and you're forced to have to take the center area where it doesn't have the road exposed and then have to go into it. That's the situation where you're going to find that you're hydroplaning on a lot of snow and slush, and if you had any steering input that was directing you off the road, your Corvette is just going to continue with it into the wrong direction and into the ditch. So you really want to make sure that you keep your eyesight very far ahead, and if you do see an oncoming vehicle or you see that it's going into the oncoming lane, take extra caution when you go over the snow and slush, as your Corvette is going to continue to go in that direction that it was going in when it started to hydroplane. Now, the reason why hydroplaning is a lot more common in a performance vehicle has to do with the width of the tires. A lot of tires on winter vehicles are a lot skinnier than they are on the summer version, and that's so that it has the ability to cut through the snow and make it so that it can push the snow out of the way and have contact with the road. When you have an 11-inch tire like there is on my Corvette in the back end, it makes it so that it's very difficult for the Corvette to be able to cut through the snow. That's the type of stuff that you really want to avoid when you're going over big slushy environments and stuff like that, as it's going to mean that you have a lot of situations like this guy right there that kind of slid off the road a bit and not staying on the road. So here's our third type of road. This is one that, again, I just lost a little bit of control there. The back end kind of came out because I was giving it too much gas. I am now completely on snow again, and you really want to make sure that speed is controlled in this environment. Think of yourself as like a big locomotive train. You're wanting to make sure that the momentum that you keep is always consistent. You're not abruptly accelerating or you're not abruptly braking, because the Corvette's back end will start to come out. And that mainly has to do with the fact that 60% of the weight of the Corvette is in the back end. So if you think about it, the front end's a lot lighter than the back end. And when you start to brake, that back end is going to come out and it's going to do a kind of like a tank slapper. And that's how you're going to get yourself into trouble, especially if you're going at a higher rate of speed. As when you're going and you're sliding, eventually if you do catch grip and you're going fast enough, it could be a very ugly situation. So we're completely covered on snow on this side. You'll notice that I'm really trying to avoid doing any major steering input into it. You want to make sure that you're slow and gradual if you are going to be going into the oncoming lane. And then the next thing that you're going to notice, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'll be quiet for a second here. It's a lot louder. And that has to do with the fact that you're obviously a lot lower to the road than you were in a bigger, truck or a car or something like that. Right here in the dead pedal area, you're almost immediately behind the wheel well, and that is where you're getting a lot of road noise, a lot more than what I ever have experienced inside of the Corvette ever since I bought it. Stop sign warning was up there. I'm just kind of using the momentum of the road and the resistance to slow the vehicle down. I'm going to apply some brake pressure just to see, give it a little bit of a test. I still have some time to figure out if I'm going to do an emergency remover, but I'm good. No issues there in any way. So here we got a dead end road, so I can guarantee you that this thing has not been plowed or used in quite some time. So let's see what this thing's capable of doing. I'm going to hit the brakes now, and you can see the ABS has been activated. You can hear almost like a pulsing kind of noise that comes throughout the cabin, and that is your ABS system. I'm going to do it one more time for you. It says ABS active on the side over here. I've got a traction control light that comes on. That was pretty impressive. I didn't really see anything that was too concerning. I'm going to get up to speed again here for you one more time. Try to find an area that has a little bit more snow on it, and I'm going to hit the brakes as hard as I can here. And as you can see, the back end kind of tried to come out a little bit, and I caught it and corrected it because the rear end wants to slide out a little bit more. It's very difficult to try to stop perfectly straight every time, especially because the road is always not perfectly level and flat as well. One more time, we're going to get up to driving speed here. There's a dead end. I'm going to slam on the brakes, and that is quite impressive in terms of stopping capability. I hope you guys enjoyed that component of it. We're going to go back to that hill now, and I'm going to show you what this Corvette is made of on a really crazy hill with undulations and turns. It is just, in my opinion, the craziest thing that I could think of taking my Corvette on to show that it is capable of handling the snow 100% with these Michelin Alpine tires. Wow, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be going up a big hill like this in my Corvette. Oh, she's doing it. Unbelievable. Wow. No way. All right, here goes nothing. I am absolutely terrified of what I'm about to do with my Corvette. This is one of the steepest hills that I can think of that's in the area, and it's one of my favorite roads to take people on test drives because it winds and turns and it has blind corners and steep acceleration and hill. Oh boy, am I nervous about this. This is, all right, here we go. We're going down the hill. It looks like they've put some sand on the road, which is nice. There's about a solid inch of snow on it right now. We're doing about 30, and we are coming to the steepest portion where I'm just gonna try the brakes out. And ABS has been activated. You can feel it pulsing. It's doing its job. I wanted to keep the momentum as low as possible because there is a steep corner and turn here, and I'm basically sliding nice and slowly down here, maintaining a slow momentum. That's the biggest key here. You don't really want to be going too fast because obviously your Corvette's going to go straight instead of going around this corner. And here we go, around the corner. Don't hit the truck. Done. That was something that I never thought I would be able to do in my Corvette, but thanks to these tires and this C8 Corvette, I have just achieved something off of my list that I didn't think that I would ever do. Oh boy, that was fun. I'm impressed. This thing is unbelievable. Again, just completely blown away with how this thing performs. Let's try to go back up it. That was really fun. I don't want to push my luck here, but I feel like she can take it. Let's go around again. All right, this is the moment you guys have all been waiting for. We are gonna go up this nice big hill here. I've got it now in weather mode again. We're gonna go up this nice big steep hill here. You'll see that there's some big divots and stuff like that. And we got some snow coming around here. Oh boy, the traction control has been activated. I can feel it dumbing down the power to the back end. Little bit of ice right there, I just slipped a bit. Let's give it some more throttle on this up here. Nice big sheet of ice right here. I just lost a little bit of control there. Now we got another blind corner coming around the bend here. Want to make sure I'm staying in our lane. We're doing about 38 kilometers an hour right now, so well below the speed limit. And there we go. Like it was nothing. This thing is just unbelievable. I'm gonna do a little bit of a U-ey here, and let's go down it again. That thing is just remarkable. I can't really think of any other roads in the local area that are gonna properly showcase so many different unfavorable conditions that you could have if it was wintry out. Right now it's slipping around quite a bit, just trying to get some acceleration here. I've got a lot more snow on this side. I don't know if you can see that, folks, but on the right hand side here there is definitely snow all the way throughout the road. You can see the yellow line there in the middle where my left wheel is kind of gaining some traction from, but on my right side it is completely in the snow. And here we go down the hill. One's coming down our hill. We're good to go. Look at that. Isn't that quite a sight to see a Corvette coming down the hill in the winter? That would be quite a sight to see coming in the oncoming lane if you were coming around the bend. So here's the real test to see if we're better than everyone else that's been going down while I've been filming the little intro here. Let's see if I can make it and not go in the oncoming lane here doing the speed limit. Oh, nice job, Corvette. Look at that. That's amazing. Wow. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that portion of it. I am just absolutely blown away with the performance of this Corvette. It has exceeded all my expectations, and I'm having just as much fun as I am in the winter or in the summer with it. If you guys really like this episode, please hit the like button. It really helps me out. I'm Morgan Crosbie, and happy motoring.